Samsung has announced its budget segment smartphones, the Galaxy M10, M20 and in India. And while it would want you to believe that they are latest smartphones, latest generation design that comes for a budget price, the reality is actually not that simple. You're watching India Today Tech. I'm Rahul Sethi and I'll tell you all about the Galaxy M20 and my first impressions of this device. So as soon as you start using the Galaxy M20, you get a mixed feeling. I mean, from the front, it does look futuristic. It has a water drop style notch that not many smartphones are offering in this price segment. But it's a unibody design with a plastic build and is far from what we have seen on recent smartphones that have a glass and metal sandwich, at least a plastic back that looks like glass. And though it's not quite big, despite having a 6.2-inch display, it's quite bulky because of its 5000 mAh battery. The phone weighs nearly 200 grams and that is what you will not like about its design. But it's quite a utilitarian design. I mean, you get all the latest features and very useful ones. I mean, you get a Type-C USB port at the bottom that is difficult to find in this price segment. You get a triple slot tray that allows you to expand the storage despite having 2 SIM cards. The buttons are very tactile and at the back you get a fingerprint scanner as well. That is funnily missing on the Galaxy M10. So the Galaxy M20 doesn't really look very amazing, but it gives you all the useful features that you would need in your daily usage. And that is quite a good thing about M20. Now what enhances the design is the notch display, and it's quite a good display at that. I mean, sure, it's not an AMOLED panel, it's IPS, but it gives you great brightness levels and you would not feel like you're using an IPS LCD panel actually. So the viewing angles are amazing, the brightness levels are amazing. You also get an automatic brightness sensor, which the Galaxy J series did not have and was one of the biggest issues with previous Galaxy mid-range smartphones. And also the fact that it has great color reproduction as well. The resolution is full HD, and while watching movies or playing games, you'll find that it's quite a delightful display to use. It also has Widevine L1 support, which allows you to watch high definition movies. The touchscreen on the phone is also quite smooth, and while you're using the Samsung Experience UI 9.5 that is built on top of Android Oreo 8.1, you feel that your fingers will glide, and the UI is also quite responsive. Although most of the phones now would be coming with latest Android 9 Pie update out of the box, this phone runs the older generation Android, and that's quite a bummer. The Experience UI 9.5 has a new icon pack that gives it a fresh look and feel, but most of the operations are very similar to the previous Samsung UI. I mean, you do get a very familiar feel of using a Samsung device, but there's still a lot of third-party apps and Samsung applications that you would not use and just clutter the interface. But still, the performance hardware on this phone is not that amazing again. It uses Exynos 7904, which compared to Snapdragon 636 that you find on most smartphones is slightly weaker in comparison because it has 2 performance cores and 6 low power cores compared to the 636 that has 4 performance cores and 4 low power cores. But having said that, we did not encounter any lags or freezes or problems while using the interface so far. So for daily use, the M20 is quite a good device, but if you are into gaming and you would want a phone that you can play PUBG on, I think M20 is not really a good option. Now M20 also has same cameras as the M10, and while it's good for the M10, it's not really great for M20. I mean, yeah, in good light situations you get decent shots. The focus is quite sharp, although it is slow, but it does capture very sharp images and you'll be able to say that the photo comes out to be quite nice. But in low light situations, it's not that amazing. Noise creeps in and the details are lost. The main camera on the phone has a 13 megapixel resolution, while the secondary sensor is an ultra wide camera with 5 megapixel resolution, and the photos taken by it has a very deep fisheye effect, and the edges and the corners also have good amount of distortion. Now the front camera on this phone is supposed to be better than M10 because it's an 8 megapixel sensor, but we didn't really find that to be the case. In most of the selfies, the skin tone is not preserved and it looks like beauty mode is turned on. In low light situations, the camera just loses it. I mean, you'll see it does not preserve details, and the photos also don't come out to be very sharp and clean. Most of the times they tend to get blurred when taken indoors. Now the battery life on M20 is quite impressive. We got about 2 days of backup on this device, which is quite nice, and you also get fast charging on it. Other things like call quality and network reception is quite nice on the M20, and it's very similar to what Samsung phones usually offer, which is quite good. The fingerprint scanner is also quite fast. Though we have seen faster ones in this price segment, it's not bad, but it's not great either. So with Galaxy M20, it looks like Samsung comes very close to its competitors. I mean, it has not offered an automatic brightness sensor in this price segment before. So from a utility standpoint, the M20 is quite an improvement over previous Samsung offerings. Although it's not the best and it still has a long way to go. But this is the best Samsung device we have seen in this price segment. And that is great news for Samsung fans who are looking to buy something more than just good build quality or good display. Let me know what you think about the Galaxy M20 in the comment section below. Also, if you've liked this video, hit the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel to get latest videos on technology, smartphones and other gadgets like this. Thank you for watching.